Hey everybody, Tamara Beatty here, voice and performance coach. And today I'm talking about articulation. So just a second, you might have an idea about what articulation is, having a very proper or very clear, extra pronounced, enunciated, excellent diction sort of a sound. And it is true that, especially in certain forms of music, this is the goal or more of the goal, to make sure that we hear the consonants and that everything is very fully formed. But if you're singing pop music or actually a lot of different styles of music, you might not want to have such formal definition of your words or your lyrics or of your delivery. It might take away from A, your signature sound, B, the feel or the groove, C, just the emotion that you're trying to get across or the informal nature that you're trying to speak with. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about where I see articulation coming into play, why it's important, because for me, the word articulation is often used when we're missing something, we're missing some connection from the singer to the audience. So a couple of reasons that you might have heard the word articulation or enunce more or pronounce better might be if you're singing your lyrics and nobody understands those lyrics, they might be asking for more clarity. When I say they, like a producer, somebody, a coach, a friend. But sometimes we don't want to enunciate more because it's going to feel too proper, right? We don't want to lose the feel of everything. And also lots of styles don't really pronounce that much. So we have to kind of keep into account, what is your signature sound? Are you somebody who, doesn't rely on everything being really fully formed? However, that said, if when you're trying to not articulate, we're still missing something in that interaction, then maybe having more clarity of something, whether it's your words or your tone, might be very, very helpful. So this is why I feel like many people might have heard the word articulation, might have had an idea about what it is, and might have even kind of either been so focused in on it that it caused their work to be more, too specific and too proper, too formal, or might have completely said, no, I don't want to go into that because it can do that, and then we're still missing something. Either way, we want to draw both ends a little bit more to the middle so that what we get is an authentic performance that still feels like you, might even have your signature sound or your signature tone, but still doesn't lose that feeling of being able to translate to your audience. So one of the reasons you might be focusing in on articulation, maybe because you've been told, or perhaps you just feel like you're not getting your words across, right? They're not landing. But it could be also that, maybe when you were younger, you had some speech issues or you went to a speech pathologist, maybe the anatomy of our tongue or just different parts of our, speech instrument or our mechanism made it a little bit more tricky to get words out. And so you even learnt how to use your tongue and to have your articulators more pronounced so that you could get your actual speech out. In which case, sometimes that could lead later on to being a little bit too specific, or maybe the other way, we really do need to address the tongue and the strength of these different articulators in order to help out your speaking and your singing. So basically, there's lots of reasons why you might want to get into some articulation exercises, and they may not be the reasons you actually think. So I think it's helpful to have great articulation no matter what, not because we want you to particularly articulate everything in your song, but because it means that you can relax and loosen things, and it will still come out nice and clear, a clear tone, and we'll still be able to understand your lyrics. That said, again, I just have that little caveat of there's lots of modern music that doesn't really rely on having to be able to understand all of these lyrics, but at the same time, still articulation exercises can help with the clarity of this tone. So, without further ado, I'd like to show you some articulation exercises. I think everyone should just try them anyways, why not? And then you can go from there. Articulation exercise 1. Let's get the tongue moving with an L, la 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 la. And we're just going to pick a note. You could go an octave higher, octave lower, right on this note, whatever you like. And we'll just repeat it. La 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 la. Here you go. Good. And we'll try it up here. Good. How about here? You might be breezing through this. Maybe it's a little tricky. La 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 la. One more. Okay, great. Let's move on to exercise 2. We're going to get an L and a T going. La 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 t t t t. Lati 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 lati. Lati 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 la. Good. Go back and forth. One more. Exercise 3, we're going to add a da to the mix. We're going to go la-ti-da, 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 la-ti-da. 1, 2, 3, 4 la-ti-das. Here we go. La-ti-da, 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 la-ti-da. Good. Good, here we go. Good. Some people might really feel the burn and have trouble doing that. Others might just breeze through it. So I have one last one for you, and I'd like you to just stick your fingers kind of in between your teeth and say the word gug. Gug, 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 gug. You see the back of my tongue moving? Gug, 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 gug. Versus when I do lati, 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 la, da, 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 da. My front of my tongue is working. Gug, 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 gug. We're going to get that working. We're going to start here. Gug, 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 gug. And it feels a little bit weird. Here we go. Good. Keep those fingers there. Two more. Good. That's just a short little example of some exercises that you can do to improve your articulation. And so this is just an overview. And if people are interested, just feel free to write in the comments that you'd like to hear more about this. But just in general, I think this is a good thing to try out to get that tongue moving. It can really, really help to make sure that, your tongue is being used when it needs to and not being used when it doesn't need to, in order to help reduce some of that extra tension that can be added to the voice if it's being used unnecessarily. So if you're wanting to make your lyrics more clear, your tone more clear, like it's a little bit muffled or it feels a little bit like it's covered, we can help unmuffle it in order to make it sound clearer, even if you don't make all of your lyrics very, very crisp. That can help that as well. And just in general, to be able to have your voice feel agile, it helps with those riffs if you're doing lots of riffs. Just adds a little bit more skill to your repertoire. Then go ahead and give that a try. All right, everybody, thanks so much. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Also, I have a newsletter. It would be great to have you on board and keep you up to date with the things that we're doing. As always, happy singing. Bye-bye.